to it.
Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. Whoa. Today we are doing a video on the past decade songs or albums.
Our favorite albums
of the decade.
You should be. We're doing.
I'm really bad at
We're doing it by year. So there's obviously a lot of incredible music that came out from 2010 to now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna split it up by our favorite rap album and our R&B album, because since this is a hip hop mess type of channel, we want to keep that same energy towards the music.
Keep that same energy, okay?
So we're just gonna get into it. Fnan, your choice for 2010.
Yes, we'll both put in our choices. And yeah, so my 2010 rap album, I couldn't choose. So it's Teflon Don by Rick Ross. What was Nicki Minaj's album?
Pink Friday.
Pink Friday, God. That came out on Black Friday. I remember that. And then Flockabelly, because I love Waka Flocka. And My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I would say like my first one would be My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and then second would be Pink Friday. Yeah. What about you?
My favorite rap album that came out that year was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. That album I still listen to this day. And that was like when Kanye was like...
He was really hurt, and he created like the best art he could. Yeah. It
was when he was with Amber.
Didn't he dump her or something? Or no, they ended things.
Blame Game.
Yeah. And then his mom just passed.
Yeah.
You
also had Monster. And that had Nicki Minaj, one of Nicki Minaj's best verses.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, for sure.
That is such a good album.
You get the best music from artists when they're hurt.
In pain.
Yeah.
Which is like so messed up.
Yeah, it's fucked up, but like, that's his best album.
Thank you, Kanye.
Thank you, Kanye. Still mad at you though. And then R&B for me is gonna be Loud by Rihanna, I would say. Yes, Loud. I listened to that song from top to bottom, or listened to that album from top to bottom when it first came out.
Okay.
Want you to make me feel like I'm the only girl in the world, like I'm the only one that you'll ever love.
We love that album. That album had S&M.
She had like 5 number ones off that album, right?
She had
What's
S&M,
My Name?
What's My Name?
She also
Only Girl in the World.
Only Girl. Raining Men with Nicki Minaj.
Man Down.
Man Down was so good.
It's flawless.
That album was really good. I know the Navy, you said Navy.
The Navy doesn't like, that's probably like their least favorite album, but that's like one of my favorite Rihanna albums. It's so good. And it came out in a good time. Like that pop music was really good and R&B music was really good. So she did that.
She did that.
Do you have another one for your R&B?
I have Jasmine Sullivan's album, but I don't remember the name of it. I'm really bad with names, but Jasmine Sullivan, I think her voice is like butter, and she writes everything that she makes, so I really respect her as an artist.
She's underrated.
And I think she's very underrated too. I think she needs several Grammys. That's just my thoughts on that.
And that's just period.
That's just that. Okay. But yeah, I really loved that album that came out in 2010. I don't know the name. Anyways, moving along, 2011 rap. What was your favorite albums? Go ahead, girl.
Mine was Take Care. Look, Drake is a rapper. Okay, he makes soft songs, and Take Care was kind of a soft album. But that was like my favorite rap album that came out in that year. That album... Are you joking? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? It had cuts on cuts.
Yeah.
And it's something that I still listen to today. And I own it on vinyl. Yeah. And so it's
very
what I like to call perfection. What about you?
My favorite rap album, I think Section 80 is not actually an album. It's
A mixtape?
It's a mixtape. But that's like one of my favorite albums from 2011.
Good one.
I still listen to it to this day. I think that's how we like picked what albums for every year of the decade.
Just like the longevity.
Yeah.
And
longevity
the replay
aspect.
value.
Yeah, for sure. And then I honestly I had to put Watch the Throne in there too because I still listen to that album to this day, and I would love a Watch the Throne too.
If they were friends again.
We'll see if they're friends. They did shake hands yesterday at the Diddy party.
They did.
Interesting, yeah.
It's kind of, I think it's so funny how they were like besties and people try to pit their wives against each other when really they're in two completely different categories. So
very, very much so. R&B for me, it's gonna be 4 by Beyonce. My personal favorite Beyonce album is 4, and I know that's like a weird thing for a lot of Beyonce fans, but it's my favorite album. I still listen to it to this day. I think I listen to it at least one song from that album every single day. I don't know why. I think like vocally she just didn't care, like she didn't care about like creating songs that made the chart. She just created about making like really good art, and I saw that and I respect it, and that's why it's my favorite R&B album.
that album had Party, and so like kind of based off that. You a bad girl and your friends bad too. Ooh.
And then also, I know this is weird, but Fame by Chris Brown. It's an honorable mention. Very good album. I mean, like, What the Bed was on that.
Beg For It was on that. No Bullshit.
Yeah, 3 times. I know that's a weird song for me to like, but I like that song.
I like that song.
What was yours, girl?
My
R&B,
favorite,
right?
yeah, my favorite R&B album that came out in 2011 was Talk That Talk by Rihanna. I know, another Rihanna album, but
Still very good.
that's one of my favorite albums.
Yeah.
It's probably like in the top 3 of like my favorite albums from her. That was a really good one. That one had We Found Love,
Talk That Talk,
Talk That Talk, You the One. Hits on hits.
I don't know that song name. I'm really bad with song names.
I love that album. It was so good.
Album. All right, moving on. 2012 rap album for me is gonna be Good Kid, Mad City, and Schoolboy Q's album when it came out. I don't know the name. I can Google
Oxymoron?
it. Yeah, Oxymoron. And No Label by Migos. I can't pick, obviously, but I had to put No Label on there because I really did listen to Migos when they first came out, and like I'm really truly a fan of them. Like I'm truly a fan of those guys, even though they're all like pretty.
Cardi's husband.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, that's like my rap. 2012, and then what about for you, bro?
I chose Good Kid, Mad City as well.
Like a no-brainer.
I think Good Kid, Mad City is a classic. Just based off like the fact that he had Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. I don't think anything else needs to be
based
said.
off that.
I love that song.
I think Money Trees is my favorite song.
Money Trees is
bitch. Me and my niggas trying to get it.
Yeah, bitch. No.
Yeah.
He had some good ones.
But yeah, for sure. My favorite R&B album of 2012 was definitely, it's kind of hard to choose because I love Frank Ocean and I love Miguel.
Yeah.
And they both came out with like one of their best albums in that year, and it's Channel Orange and Kaleidoscope Dream.
Kaleidoscope Dream is my favorite Miguel album.
Miguel's, yeah. I think Channel Orange is my favorite from Frank Ocean. I think like Pyramids, like what?
Crack Rock?
What? Forrest Gump, you're on my mind, boy. Woo! Fire. Honorable mention for me is True by Solange. That's just that on that. What about you, girl? Oh, you just said Kaleidoscope Dream.
My favorite is Kaleidoscope Dream, but I gave an honorable mention to Channel Orange. It just reminds me of like sophomore year.
Yeah.
And I would play the heck out of these albums. Like Kaleidoscope Dream, it doesn't have a bad song on it. And Channel Orange doesn't either. And they both still have really great replay value. Like I would still play them nowadays.
Yeah.
And like Frank's Impact?
Off that album. Yeah.
Like we were expecting music from him forever.
Yeah.
And it just, I mean, like, I'm still obviously a Frank Ocean fan, but nothing hits like Channel Orange.
For sure. Blonde didn't hit me that good. I mean, I love Blonde, but
too.
not at Channel Orange.
And that's just that on that.
Period.
Nothing left to say.
Period. 2013 rap. For me, I'm gonna have to say Acid Rap by Chance the Rapper. 'Cause Cocoa Butter Kisses. That's why. Moving on. What about you?
That's on period?
That's on period. I have nothing else but Acid Rap.
Mine is Nothing Was the Same by Drake.
Because she's a Drake stan.
Like, are you dumb?
Are you dumb?
Are you dumb?
I wish we could say it like Remy Ma, but
I know.
okay.
That had started from the bottom, which is, I mean, Drake had like a couple hits before, but like that song was like, okay, he's here to stay, okay? And I just want to cry just thinking about it. It had Hold On, We're Going Home with Majid Jordan, and From Time with Janae Aiko, All Me, 2 Chainz and Big Sean. Like, it's just a classic album. It never stops being so flawless. You can listen to it from top to bottom, and sure, the album art is corny, but it's iconic. So,
okay,
that's just that on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna say R&B. I think so. I have like 5 choices, but I'm just gonna keep it. Like, I'm just gonna suck it up and pick one, and that's gonna be Beyonce by Beyonce. Okay. Now, I think every Beyonce stand's favorite album is actually Beyonce, but it's not my favorite album, and I think it's because I wore that shit out because I was in college and like I was stressed out every day, so I listened to that album from back to back for like straight up a year, so that I could, finish school. So like I've been taking a couple year break from that album, but I have to be real, that is like one of Beyonce's like greatest albums.
Yeah. I
what about
agree.
you?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Do you remember where you were when it came out?
Yes, I was at home sitting in the kitchen table with my dad and my brother, and I was on Twitter, and someone said Beyonce's album just came out, and I was like,
what?
Yeah. I went to iTunes and I bought that shit immediately. ASAP. And I just jammed out downstairs by myself. I was like, nobody's allowed downstairs. I'm having a jamming out party. And they all understood, because my family understands my love for Beyonce.
I was doing homework in my room, and the same thing, I was on Twitter and said that Beyonce dropped her album. I was like, what do you mean? Like, there's hasn't been any promo. What do you mean she dropped her album? Like, what does that even mean? And I did the same thing. I bought it, and it was, let me just tell you, like, albums don't always, like, I like to exaggerate and say that albums changed my life, but I don't ever mean it unless I'm talking about Beyonce's self-titled albm, okay?
Yeah.
Like, that truly changed my life.
Yeah.
Just because no one had really ever seen where, like, you drop an album just out of nowhere, and then you also drop music videos accompanying the album for every single song.
It's the first visual album, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's the first visual album, but
first visual album I cared about.
Yeah.
And it literally changed my life.
Yeah.
Like, what? I was like, how did everyone keep this quiet? I just don't understand.
She got a good team, that's for sure.
I have a couple honorable mentions of 2013. It was the 2020 Experience by Timberlake. That album is so good.
That album is really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
as long as I got
a suit and tie, I'm gonna lay up on the floor tonight. Baby, get dressed up to the nines. Like, I love that album.
So good.
And my other honorable mention for a rap album is, okay, don't judge me, Yeezus. Kanye.
Yeah. I mean, I like one song from that album, and it's Bound, I think. Maybe New Slaves.
It took me like 2 years to appreciate it. I was like, this is trash. And then you go back and you listen to it, and it's like, okay, like it's not horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And now I feel like I kind of appreciate it more because he doesn't make good music anymore. So.
All right, moving along to 2014. Okay, so rap for me, I'm gonna have to say I got 3 options. I can't pick one. So Pink Print for sure, My Crazy Life, and Forest Hills Drive. All of those albums made my 2014 like easier because that year was trash. But yeah, Nicki Minaj, YG, and J. Cole. Y'all did that year for rap.
You did what you came to do.
You did
and showed the other
yeah.
girls what needed to be done.
Yep. And I have to respect you for that.
The Pink Print was so good.
So good.
The Pink Print had cuts on cuts.
Mm-hmm. No, that's right. They did.
Oh,
she did.
Queen Nicki. It was Nicki's birthday like earlier this week.
I know. Sag season.
He asked my son. I said a Sag.
What's the point?
If I'm guarded.
Double D up, ho. Dolly Pop. Woo! Okay. Alright. I'm gonna say my R&B. My 2014 R&B is gonna be 7 by Tiana Taylor and Trigger by Trey Songz. And that's just that on that. I didn't really have that many options.
Trigger had Nana, right?
Yep.
Oh, Nana. Look what you done started.
What was your R&B?
Well, my favorite rap album of 2014 was Forest Hills Drive by J. Cole. I love that album, and I still play it to this day. It's so good. Mm-hmm. Every week, Apple Music does like a favorites mix for you, so like they change it like every Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And sometimes like every week, it's always like 20 songs. Sometimes the songs are really, really good. Sometimes I'm like, damn, like what is my taste? Like I don't understand what my taste is. But normally when it's like all rap, there's always a song from Forest Hills Drive because I played that album into the ground. It's so good. Mm. My favorite R&B album that came out was Z by SZA, and I don't even know if that's really like an album. I think it was like a mixtape. Yeah. But that was like my first introduction to SZA, and it was so good. Like
I love that.
I played that.
I actually love that mixtape too. Whew. Very good. All right. 2015 rap. It's gonna be Dirty Soda 2 by Future for me. Is it Dirty Soda?
Dirty Sprite.
Dirty Sprite, whatever. Soda's Sprite. Anyways.
It is.
To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick and Rodeo by Travis Scott. I can't pick. I just can't. And in 2015 R&B for me is going to be You Should Be Here by Kehlani. I love that mixtape. I don't know why. And Ego Death by The Internet. Reality Show by Jasmine Sullivan. Clearly I can't pick. Wild Heart by Miguel. And Black Messiah by D'Angelo. I had been craving music from D'Angelo for however long he hadn't been. 14 years, I think is like the last time he dropped an album. So I've been craving for music, and when he dropped that album, I was freaking the fuck out. So yeah, that's my 2015. What about for you, girl?
My favorite rap album of 2015 is Rodeo by Travis Scott. Mm-hmm. We also saw him that year.
We did.
We saw him.
So drunk.
We returned. We fought through our way to get up to the front, which I thought was so funny.
Bro, remember when I got up we got up front and I was like, "Where's Travis?" And she was like, "He's on stage." I will never forget that moment.
That is such a good album. Mm-hmm. Every single song on that album, and like, remember when the album came out? The only song I ever wanted, or what is wrong with me? Am I okay?
You're fine.
The first song that I ever heard from that album was Maria, I'm Drunk. And I was like, this is a cut. And so I had to go listen to it, and I was like, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
And we saw him that year, and it was great. I've seen Travis, I've seen him 3 times now. We've seen him twice.
I've seen him 3 times too, because I went to Kendrick Lamar's concert twice, and he was opening twice.
We saw him open for Rihanna.
Oh, now I've seen him 4 times. Fuck.
We saw him open for Rihanna.
Yeah.
And that was really fun too. I mean, what is there to say? Like, I love Travis. I have like undying love for his music.
Me too.
I don't know what it is about him. He's great. My favorite R&B album is Trap Soul by Mr. Tiller. Bryson
That was
Tiller.
a good album. I wore that album out too.
I did too. Yeah, like I feel like a lot of people's lives were changed and babies were made to that album. If I'm being truly honest, I love that album.
That was a
it's
good
so
album.
good. And I'm still a really big Bryson Tiller fan, but I don't think that he's really released anything of that caliber since, which is kind of sad because it's hard.
I need
to
someone
with.
to break his heart. So
I know he's out here having a baby and being happy. Break up
he's
with him.
not creating good music.
I have some honorable mentions of
Go ahead,
2015 though. Drake released "If You're Reading This, It's Too Late," which was just like a mixtape, but I mean, it was like the hardest mixtape out. And also, "What a Time to Be Alive" with Future, and that also
Very
is
good album.
very good. And "To Pimp a Butterfly," and "Shrem Life." My favorite Shrem.
Yes.
Somebody come get her, she's dancing like a stripper.
With Nicki Minaj. Ass fat.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good album. What else is your honorable mention?
I think those were it.
Okay.
I didn't really have any honorable mentions for R&B, but I know that I really, truly loved rap out music. Like
That year.
That year. It was really good.
For 2016 rap for me, I have to say Coloring Book by Chance the Rapper and Birds in the Trap sing Brian McKnight. Is that what it is? By Travis. And then for 2016 R&B, like there was so much. I couldn't pick one. Anti, Rihanna, Lemonade, Beyonce, Blonde, Frank Ocean, Malibu, Anderson .Paak, A Seat at the Table, Solange Knowles, Awaken My Love, Chance the Rapper, or no, Childish Gambino. Clearly I'm turned. There were so many albums, and I can't pick one. I think like Anti and Lemonade are probably fighting for number 1. Yeah, I couldn't choose.
That was a good year in music.
Yeah.
We
What
were
about you?
blessed. My favorite rap album is Birds in the Trap. I love that album. I think that's also my favorite Travis album. Like, it's so good.
Sweet, sweet.
I'm gonna cry.
Like Coco.
I love that album, and he was. I think like when we saw him, it was before that album came out. Like when he was performing for Rihanna.
Yeah,
was
before
for-
Rihanna.
How did I know he's gonna change my life? Like honestly. And these are tied for number 1, but Anti and Lemonade, yeah, by like Beyonce and Rihanna. Like Anti had low key kind of like a messy rollout, and I don't think it was supposed to be re-released
Oh,
truly
I
at
remember
like
that.
at like the beginning of the year, because it was like I remember she released Work on my birthday, and then like a day later she released her album. I was like, what the fuck's going on? And it was because of like Kanye's messy ass. But
Was it Kanye for real?
yeah, it was because of Kanye.
What happened?
He just was being messy on Twitter, and I think he said something about her album. I don't know.
Oh, for real?
Or it leaked, or something like that.
Allegedly.
So she just so she just decided to
We gotta
release
say
it.
allegedly so we don't get
Yeah. we don't really know. But
Yeah.
she changed my life with that album.
That was a good album.
It was really good, and it went criminally underrated for a while.
She didn't win any of the 8 Grammys she was nominated
Like
for.
it was like a crime.
Beyonce only won 3 of the Grammys that she was nominated for, and she was nominated, I think, for a lot.
And Lemonade was so... And you know what? That year, Adele won. And Adele gave credit where credit was due.
Adele is a smart white woman.
She was like, I don't deserve this.
She's
Beyonce
like,
deserves it.
Beyonce is the love of my life. I love you, Adele. You better keep it real. I would have put you in here, but, you know, that's fine. Anyways.
I have an honorable mention to The Life of
go ahead.
Pablo.
Whatever. Anyways. Actually, I think I like that album I do like that album. I don't know if it was like 2000.
If I get bleach in my t-shirt, I will feel like an asshole.
I like 30 Hours.
Yeah, I like Fade.
I like Fade too.
And
Tiana
No More
Taylor
Parties
was
in LA.
amazing in that.
Mhm.
Okay, so 2017 rap. Damn. Okay, I only had one, and it was "Damn" by Kendrick Lamar, and that's
Period.
just that on that
That's just period. Damn is my favorite R&B album too.
or rap.
Oh, rap.
And then for R&B for me, I am saying "Control" by SZA.
Mm-hmm. We have the same ones.
Yeah, SZA. I didn't even have to like choose up between anyone. Like "Sweet Sexy Savage" by Kehlani. I'm obsessed with Kehlani. I love Kehlani. "Sweet Sexy Savage" like didn't do anything to me. "Control" did everything for me. I met SZA. She was so sweet when I went to her concert, and she was amazing in concert. Like, oh my gosh, she was amazing. She sounded great. Like I don't know. I remember hearing about like her Coachella performance and how she didn't sound the best or whatever, but I think she couldn't hear herself probably.
I saw SZA and she was great live too. Control is so good.
It's the best like breakout album, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
Definitely put her on the map, you know? For sure.
Do you have any other?
I do. I have an honorable mention to Pretty Girls Like Trap Music by 2 Chainz.
We love 2 Chainz.
Because that album had It's a Vibe. That was my song, okay? And also The Space Between by Majid Jordan. I saw Majid Jordan.
Loves them.
I saw them live that year, and that album is so good. Like, it's just a very chill, but also like well produced. And they produced their own music too, so it's like a very well produced R&B album. It's very good. I was in love.
Okay, 2018. Damn, we're running it up. Okay, 2018 rap for me. Woo, Lord Jesus, there's a lot. Lord Jesus at the bar. Okay, Astroworld for sure. Everything Is Love by Beyonce and Jay-Z. I mean, I would also say that's also an R&B album too, because there's R&B in it. And then Scorpion by Drake. I know, me, Drake, what? But I'm also a Scorpio, so like.
What's your favorite song on Scorpion?
Fuck, what's the one where he sick of these niggas, get rid of these niggas?
Mob Ties.
I love that song. And then I'm just gonna cut his side.
That's how you feel.
I love that song. Also, whoa, the Mariah Carey sample.
Oh, Emotionless.
You got me feeling emotion higher, higher. Don't leak me. Something like that. That album was great.
dead.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's what made me like Drake. That album.
Yeah, it was a pretty good one.
And I'm not done yet. Tina Snow by Megan Thee Stallion, okay? And I didn't even, first off, like, I didn't even listen to that in 2018. I listened to that in 2019 when she put me on to Megan Thee Stallion. Okay? And then 2018 R&B, we're gonna have to say our queen. Mimi, Mariah Carey. And then Keep That Same Energy by Tiana Taylor.
Proceed with caution, don't be dishonest. I need you closer to love me harder.
Proceed with caution.
Face to face. My favorite rap album of 2018 was Astroworld, but I have to give an honorable mention to Scorpion and Beer Bongs and Bentleys. I am a big fan of Post Malone, and that album was so good. And Astroworld is definitely my favorite though, because I still play it to this day. I play Scorpion, but like Astroworld I can play like from beginning to end. Like there's not really a bad song on there. Scorpion, there's a couple throwaways. No, you can't say I'm not enough.
Yeah, Astroworld's definitely like, she's up there.
Yeah, and like I saw him for that tour and it was so amazing.
I wish I went.
It was so
I
fun.
should have went. It's okay, I'm gonna go to the next one.
Yeah.
we're gonna go. Okay?
And like, yes, duh. And there was a lot of hype for Astroworld, like, because he had a lot of people, like, there's a lot of anticipation. And a lot of people will say that he didn't deliver, but I think he did deliver. He did a really great job. And my R&B album is Caution by Mariah Carey. So good. I was, like, all the singles that came off that album were really good.
I don't know why it was a flop. You guys just couldn't
You guys are
recognize
just fake. Like,
what was
not
good.
true lambs.
Did I just delete my note? Oh. Okay, 2019 rap for me, probably for her too, is Fever by Megan Thee Stallion. I didn't even have anyone else to say but Fever by that lady, okay? Maybe Ventura by Anderson .Paak. Maybe, but no, it's Fever.
Drinking Henny out the bottle. Let's get ratchet.
Let's get ratchet. Doing her ratchet with my hood friends.
I don't want to talk.
Maybe at the bank, show me what's it really about. Okay.
Yeah.
R&B for me, we're gonna say When I Get Home by Solange. I still listen to that album to this day. I don't really know the song names, but there's one that she's like, black liquor, black,
Brown skin, brown face. Oh, wait.
Oh, it's brown liquor. Anyways, listen, it's this that got me right now, okay? And then Over It by Summer Walker, for sure. I'm still listening to that album, and I think I still will listen to that album till next year. Again, we're picking these songs by like longevity, and I feel like that album
It's really good.
is really good. And
She's a
then
newcomer.
Ugh Those Feels by
Snow Allegra.
Snow Allegra.
That's a good
so
one,
good.
too.
The Grammys snubbed that lady. She deserved at least a Grammy.
And that's how you feel like the Grammys just like don't matter, because it's like they recognize good music for sure,
That's
but
what Beyonce said.
there's people that
in
like
her Ella magazine.
yeah, there's like people that obviously like yeah they deserve it, but there's people that deserve it more, and they don't even get recognized. So, I mean, just listen to your fans. Your fans love you, and they'll always support you. So annoying. My favorite rap album is Fever too. I love that album. I love every single song. There's not a bad song on that album. And my favorite R&B album is Songs for You by Tinashe. I know it just came out, but I listen to it all the time. I think that's probably, I feel like I've listened to the album more than any other like R&B album that came out. A close second would be Over It by Summer Walker. So.
What? We got through the decade, y'all.
Kind of crazy how we only have, how much longer? Like 14, 15 days left of the year.
That's right.
And also of the decade. There's been so much good music that came out this past decade. It's kind of wild. Like, people like to say like the 2000s had the best music, and I mean,
That's kind of true.
But like the 2010s
also have really incredible music.
we had like 3 or 4 albums that came out by Rihanna and Drake and Beyonce. Like, winners. They're just amazing.
Yeah.
Kanye,
We don't have to discuss.
we're scared of him, but he made like he had one of the best albums of the decade this year.
For this decade.
This decade.
For sure. Even he recognizes too that that's his best album. He said like, "You're not gonna tell me that My Beautiful Dark Twisted." I can't say the album name right now, but you're not gonna tell him that album is not the best, and it is. I will give him that. I will give him that.
And that's on that.
And that's it. Period.
And that's that on that.
All right. Should we? You can close out because I'm bad at this.
We want to thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Also, stream All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey.
Yes, we gotta
needs
get her
hit
to number one.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. Again, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, watch our shit all the way through today. She's gonna be a long
This
one,
is actually
but she's
fun.
worth it.
Yeah. And also, these are just our opinions of what we think the
These
best.
are perspectives.
Like,
so
these are
don't-
just what we think is like the best music that came out, what affected our lives. So don't come up in here judging us, okay? Because if you have different opinions, that's okay.
Yeah, definitely, comment and tell us what you think.
We
But
like to hear
don't
what you think.
don't be throwing shade,
No, don't do that.
because I'll come find you.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my god, that was so much fun.
That was